I know a lot of you wonderful folks colour your own hair at home, so let's have 5 top tips for getting the best results.
Yay!
Hello and welcome to the world of Craig. Yes, that's me. I'm Craig and this is my channel where we get into all things hair and sometimes a little bit of beauty. Oh yes, box dye. It kind of changed my life. It got me my Clairol contract. There's an entire box dye playlist here on my channel if you'd like to check those videos out. It got me that contract. It's something I had always wanted to represent, a product that I really truly believe in, a hair colour product, which is exactly what I feel about Clairol and the products that they make. This video is not sponsored. And, you know, it goes with my ethos of why shouldn't everybody have the best hair they can, regardless of how much money they have to spend. And you know what? It's grown my channel. It's grown my community over here. So many of you colour your own hair. So this is a top 5 tips for getting the best results. There's probably going to be a few others in there as well. So grab yourself a snack, pull up a chair. Let's get into it. First up, coming in at number 1, let's talk shade selection. I will just mention here that I can't give you individual formula ideas or tell you which box to go and buy. I know lots of people will ask in the comments on this video, and that's fine because your comments are fantastic. And of course, if you enjoy this and find it helpful, you know exactly what to do. But I can't give you individual box ideas because, you know, what shades to go and buy because I can't see you. But shade selection. Now, different brands use different systems, but generally, almost always, the number on the front of the box, the number is the level of the colour that you are buying. You're always gonna get the best results if you steer nearest to what your natural colour is. So I'm about a level 6, this is not my natural colour. So if I wanted to blend my grey, cover my grey, we're going to talk about types of colour in a second, then I would buy a number 6, okay? Then you have the tonal value generally after that number. Sometimes it's a number, sometimes it's a letter. I have an entire video that tells you all about the numbering systems, whether it's a pro colour, and colours that you buy to use at home are not very different to what we use in the salon. And trust me, they're not, because I've been in the lab, so I know. It gets very emotional. I get sick and tired of hairdressers knocking home hair colour because the products are brilliant and they wouldn't be on the market if they weren't brilliant, and no chemist is going to try and ruin your hair. So all those silly myths that you hear are just nonsense. But I do have a video that explains, I digress, shade selection, but really you're going to get the best results if you don't steer too far away from your natural colour. It's also worth mentioning, if you are 100% grey, then you kind of have a blank canvas. But again, if you add tonality to that grey, it's always going to give you a better result than trying to go very, very dark or very, very warm. You know, rather a soft champagne on 100% grey is going to be better than trying to go really outside of the box, unless you want something that's really funky. Now, this is very important. Please take notes. All box dyes that are blonde, that promise blonde results, will only really ever give you a maximum of 3 levels of lift. So don't buy that box from the drugstore thinking that it's going to take you from a level 4 to a level 10, because it isn't. You would need to bleach your hair. So shade selection, stick to near your natural colour and you'll get the best results. At number 2, it's semi versus demi. What on earth am I talking about? Well, the confusing thing is, and having worked with lots of brands over the years and working with a consumer brand now, there is confusion out there in listings online and in the supermarket, chemist, department store, wherever it is that you're buying your product from. A demi-permanent colour is something that has had the molecules, that the colour formula is put together, that it basically, the word demi is Latin, it means half. So it's kind of, in a simplified version, without getting too sciencey and spending too long on it, a product that has half the energy of something that is permanent. That's a simple way of thinking about it. So it's a long-lasting colour with less energy that will blend grey, that will add tone, but doesn't really lift the hair very much. Those products are often marketed as semi-permanents, and that's the confusion. People buy a box that is a demi-permanent colour, and it's one of those things that's just an anomaly of marketing, an anomaly of the way things are listed and the way that people think that people at home will understand them. People buy a box of demi-permanent colour like Castings, Natural Instincts, Tone and Gloss. I'm trying to think of what other products. I'm sure Garnier have one as well. They buy a box that says semi-permanent, thinking it's going to fade and it won't give you roots. The reality of it is that a demi-permanent has some level of energy, and if you stray too far from your natural colour, it will give you a regrowth, especially if you're using it on grey hair. So always check the small print and be clear on what you're buying. But often in the drugstore, supermarket, online, covering all the different countries of what people call things pharmacy, demis and semis are the same thing. Number 3, this is a simple one, but a serious one. Once it's coloured, it's coloured. You can't just remove it. There is a removal playlist here on my channel, but once you have coloured your hair with any boxed colour, whether it's a demi-permanent or something that's a demi that's called a semi or a permanent colour, you can't just remove it. So if you haven't coloured your hair before and you're going to do it yourself at home, then please bear that in mind. And things that say that they are long-lasting temporary colours, once you've had pigment on your hair, there's pigment on your hair. Don't believe all the rubbish that you see on social media where people try to scaremonger you and say that if you box dye your hair, you'll ruin it. That's not true. They are lying to you. They are trying to frighten you and trying to, be mean about home hair colour products, which are really very, very good. Of course, layers and layers and layers. If you keep applying, permanent colour on permanent colour on permanent colour, you won't be able to remove it. And also worth mentioning that tint doesn't lift tint, whether you're using a pro product or something from the drugstore. So you colour your hair dark, you don't want it to be dark anymore, you buy a blonde box dye and put it on, thinking that it's going to lift out the colour. It will not. And if you have natural roots, they will get lighter and the rest of it will stay pretty much the same colour that it was. And then you would look like a light bulb, and that's probably not something that you would want to do. So, once hair is coloured, it's coloured, and check out that removal playlist if you want ways to remove it. Number 4, another very serious one. Number 4, we're still in the land of seriousness because the world is obsessed with ashy. I want my hair to be ashy. The minute you lift your hair at all, regardless of what shade your hair is naturally, if you have pigment in your hair, if you're not completely grey, the minute you lift your hair, there's going to be warmth, okay? If you choose an ashy home colour, I'd make a note of this if I was you. If you choose an ashy home colour, the result will be darker because things that are cool toned, aka ashy colours that will have very often blue, they have blue pigment to counteract orange. Blue is the opposite of orange. Not many home use products have green in them, okay? But some of them do, so beware of that. But the more cool tones you take hair, the darker it looks because cool tones absorb light. The warmer the hair is, the brighter it looks because that reflects light. There's an entire toning playlist that goes here on my channel that goes over that again and again and again. But just remember, the cooler it is, the darker it looks. So it would appear that we're still on the serious train for number 5. And please listen to this. You do not know better than the chemists that make these products. Don't go cocktailing home hair colour. By that I mean, because I do get some comments, and if you're one of those people, I'm not having a pop at you, but I'm just saying I really don't think you should do this. Don't buy a home hair colour, a box dye, take out the developer and mix it with your own developer. That is very foolish for the simple reason that you have no idea then what sort of result you're going to get. It's not a wise thing to do. It's also not a good idea to mix brands together. So you buy something that's L'Oreal and you have something that's Clairol and you think, oh, I'll just mix those together and make my own. I really wouldn't do that. We don't do that in the salon. So, that's really, you really are taking things potentially out of control if you do that. Always follow the instructions. Always patch test when you're using a new product. If you have sensitivity to hair color, to some of the ingredients in hair color, I would stay away from it. But if you are unsure, always patch test yourself. There's always instructions. I don't do any color on anybody in the salon, new clients, without patch testing them first. And if a client hasn't been to me for over a year and they want color, then I patch test them again. Simple. Yeah, so don't think you know better. Stick to the instructions. To conclude, there are some really amazing products at the drugstore/chemist online if you want to colour your own hair at home. If you're a hair professional like me watching this, please don't make people feel bad for colouring their own hair, because there are many, many reasons why people may not be able to get it done in the salon. My content about home colour has really given me a huge snapshot of why some people don't feel comfortable in the salon. People can't afford it, obviously, because of the way the world is. And sometimes people just don't want to sit in a salon for that long because they don't have that much time, or they can't arrange someone to come to their house. So there are many different reasons. So don't make anyone feel terrible, please. There is that playlist that's full of products, full of box dye videos. And if you want some of my recommendations for what type of products, there's lots of Clairol videos here on my channel. This video is not sponsored. And please remember that I can't give you specific, go and buy this box or go and buy that box, because I can't see you and there just aren't enough hours in the day. But I will answer your questions if you leave me a question that's, about something hair color related other than a formula, because you'll probably get a very similar reply to those ones. Have you used something at home that you absolutely love? Do you have a general home colour box dye question? Let me know in the comments, because it would be great to hear from you. My community over here is amazing. And once again, if you've enjoyed this and found it helpful, you know exactly what to do. A huge thank you if you've got to the end of the video. You all take lots of care, and I'll see you all in the next one.